Good day everyone, especially to you miss. So today we are going to report the micronutrients vitamins water soluble. So first, what are micronutrients? Micronutrients are essential vitamins and minerals that your body require in small amounts to function properly. So, ang micronutrients na kay mo ni siya ang mga vitamins o minerals nga kinahanglan sa atong lawas. They help the body grow, produce energy, fight infections, and keep the organs working properly. There are two types of micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. For today's report, we will focus only on vitamins, particularly water-soluble vitamins, because minerals will be tackled by the next group. Vitamins. The word vitamin comes from the Latin word "vita", meaning life, and the suffix "amine". So, vitamins were given this name because scientists discovered that these substances are essential for life and good health. The suffix "amine" is the ending of the word vitamin. Scientists added amine because they first thought that all vitamins were a special type of chemical called amine. Not all vitamins contain nitrogen. Vitamin has become a common word. Later, scientists discovered that some vitamins do not contain nitrogen, so they are not really amine. However, the word vitamin had already become popular and widely accepted because people were already familiar with the term. Scientists continued using it. Today, vitamin is the common word we use for these important nutrients. Unrelated organic compounds that are essential for normal growth and maintenance of health. Vitamins are a group of different organic substances that our bodies need in small amounts. Even though they have different structures and functions, they all help the body grow, develop, and stay healthy. Vitamins support many body processes such as making energy, protecting cells, keeping the immune system strong, and maintaining healthy skin, bones, and eyes. Without enough vitamins, a person can become sick or develop deficiency diseases. Vitamins do not provide energy like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins do. However, they help the body use the energy we get from food. Without enough vitamins, our body cannot work properly even if we eat enough food. Shortage of vitamins may lead to fatigue. When our body does not get enough vitamins, we may feel tired and weak. This is because vitamins help our body carry out many important functions. A vitamin deficiency can make it harder for us to stay active and healthy. The human body cannot make its own vitamins except vitamin D and niacin, so our body cannot produce most vitamins, so we need to get them from the foods we eat every day. The only exceptions are vitamin D, which our skin can make with sunlight, and niacin, which the body can produce in small amounts from an amino acid called tryptophan. That is why eating a balanced diet is very important. Shortage of vitamin A, B, and C may result in loss of appetite. Not getting enough vitamin A, B, and C can reduce a person's appetite. This means they may not feel hungry or interested in eating. Over time, this can affect growth, nutrition, and overall health. Vitamins do not have caloric value. Vitamins do not contain calories, so they do not give the body energy. Even though they have low calories, they are still very important because they help the body grow, repair itself, fight diseases, and function properly. Without enough vitamins, our body cannot stay healthy. So that's all from my report, and let's move to the next reporter.
So good day everyone, I am Hannah and today I will be discussing about the historical background of the vitamins. So vitamins are the accessory food factors needed in our body in a very small amount, essential for forming the or normal growth, health, and the of course life. In 1912, Casimir Funk coined the term vitamin while studying beriberi. Unsa man ang beriberi? Beriberi is a disease caused by deficiency of vital nutrient. So, kita naman siguro tatanan og unsay beriberi, no? Common ni siya sa mga buntis, ana. So, in vita, which means life, and then the amine means nitrogen. But later on, ang vitamin is gi-crush out ang E after scientists found out that not all contains nitrogen. From Gossamer Funk vitamin nga nahi. Up until now, wala ni ang word na vitamin. So, animals with deficiency. They are fed with complete diets but showed poor growth and deficiency signs. So before manggod, nagkandak ang mga scientists o experiments sa animals. Ipakaon nila of pure carbs, meats, proteins, fats, minerals, and the H2O or water. But there's no vitamins. Though complete ang ubang minerals, dili pa gihapon sila lumalaki ng tama and nasa sila vitamin deficiency disease. Mao na ang results sa ilang experiment. In simple explanation, these animals with deficiency, they are the animals that are lack of vitamins. Dito, napatunayan also ng mga scientists na mahalaga ang vitamins para sa normal growth and health. So, dili lang daw enough ang nutrients. We also need vitamins. Una siya ang pasabot nila sa ilahang experiment. So, we will move on now for the classification of the vitamins. We have a fat-soluble and the water-soluble. So, sa mga fat-soluble, we have the mnemonics ADIC, vitamin A, D, E, K. A for retinol, healthy skin, immune system, makuha siya sa carrots, liver, and then the egg yolk. Okay? So, we have the vitamin D na pod, the calciferol. It helps absorb the calcium to have a strong bones. Makuha siya sa milk, salmon, social, and then the sunlight. Afford kayo ang sunlight, guys. But dili lang po sa sobraan ka sunlight ha, baka magka-sunburn na din. Then we have the vitamin E, the tocopherol, antioxidant. It protect our cells. Makuha siya sa nuts, sa seeds, sa vegetable oils. Then we have the vitamin K, the phylloquinone. It prevents the blood clot. Makuha siya sa green leafy vegetables like kangkong, broccoli, if social ka. So, in fat-soluble, guys, they are absorbed with fats and stored in the body. So, here are the examples sa mga sources na diha sa ubos. So, si fat-soluble, matunaw at ma-absorb sila kauban sa fat. Okay? So, we have here the water-soluble vitamins, our main topic. Water-soluble vitamins are vitamin B complex and vitamin C. So, we all know what is vitamin B, but what is a complex? Pag sinabi natin complex, daghan. It consists of 8 B vitamins that work together to help produce the energy, make red blood cell, and maintain the healthy nervous system. Example for vitamin B complex, we have the thiamine. It is a energy production deficiency is beriberi. Diba na-mention na ako gaya ng beriberi, nga mo to siya ang gistadihan ni Mr. Funk, come up with the term nga vitamin. We have the riboflavin, it is for our healthy skin and eyes. The niacin, it is for our metabolism. Then deficiency na po daan niya is pellagra. We have the pantothenic acid or the B5, it is a hormone production. We have the B6, is a pyridoxine, it is for the brain function and production of or making of hemoglobin. We have the B7, the biotin. That's why some of the shampoo brands contains biotin. Sabi na silang packaging like Pantene, di ba? Because it helps to have a healthy hair, skin, and nails. We have the B9. It is a folic acid for our DNA formation. It is very important for our it is important for pregnancy. We have the B12, the cobalamin. It is for our red blood cell formation and nerve function. Then ang deficiency na po daan ng cobalamin is ang pernicious anemia. So, para dili ka makaroon anong mga deficiency diha, you have to eat the food sources, di ba? We have the whole grains, the meat, the fish, the eggs, and of course, the leafy vegetables. So later on, it will be discussed further about this vitamin B complex vitamins para mas masabtan pa dyan ninyo. So we have now the vitamin C or the ascorbic acid. So are you familiar with the brand ascorbic acid? Ascorbic acid ng vitamins, diba? Ano ba ito ascorbic acid? Because it builds collagen. It is healthy skin and wound healing. So it also boosts our immune system, help absorb iron, and then the antioxidants. So some resources of vitamin C. We have the orange, the calamansi, the lemons, the strawberry. And then, pag kulang ka of vitamin C, we have this deficiency called scurvy. which means ka-bleed na imuhang bleeding of gums, madali lang kang magkapasa, mga bunog nimo, then dugay maayo imuhang samad. Because, kung sa function ni vitamin C, to have a healthy skin and wound healing. Since wala naman kay vitamin C or wala naman kay deficiency sa vitamin C, of course, dugay maayo ang imuhang samad. Pero lahi po itong poor wound healing sa diabetes, guys. We have this SCARV. Muna siya yung deficiencies. SCARV. Sakit pag, tawag sa sakit pag kulang kag vitamin C. So, here are the fat soluble. Ano siya? And here are the water soluble vitamin B complex. So, must be consumed daily, like water. No precursors or cannot be made from other compounds exerted in urine, not stored significantly extra amounts of eliminated. Unang ihi, diba? Deficiency develops quickly. Low levels quickly lead to noticeable deficiency symptoms. Easily described with heat and cooking. Sensitive to heat, light, and water loss during the cooking. Muna sila. So, that would be all for my report. I hope na mo natunan. Next, or further explanation about this vitamins for the water soluble will be discussed after this.
Good day everyone. So my topic is all about terms associated with vitamins. There are 7 terms associated with vitamins. The first one is the precursors or provitamins. These are compounds that can be changed to active vitamins. Examples, carotenes and cryptoxanthines. So, precursor, also called provitamins, are compounds that are not active vitamins, can be converted by the body into active vitamins. They become useful only after this conversion. So that this example, these substances are not active vitamins by themselves. When we eat foods that contain them, our body converts them into vitamin A. Vitamin A is important for maintaining healthy vision, boosting the immune system, and keeping the skin healthy. The carotenes are commonly found in carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach, while cryptoxanthine is found in fruits like papaya, oranges, and red peppers. Now let's move to the next terms, which is the preformed vitamins. These are naturally occurring vitamins that are in inactive form and ready for biological use. So, preformed vitamins are already in their active form when consumed. The body can use them immediately without converting them. Example, vitamin A found in liver, eggs, and dairy products. So the next term is the avitaminosis. This refers to a condition resulting from lack of a vitamin. In the later stage of this condition, when more defined signs and symptoms occur, a nutritional deficiency disease is recognized. Example, vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy. So, the avitaminosis is a condition, diba, caused by the lack of deficiency of a one or more vitamin. If not treated, it can lead to a vitamin deficiency diseases. The example is the vitamin C causes scurvy. So, scurvy is a disease caused by a severe deficiency of vitamin C or the ascorbic acid. Vitamin C is essential for making collagen, which helps keep the skin, gums, blood vessels, and bones healthy. So, the signs and symptoms of this scurvy are bleeding or swelling gums, loose teeth, easy bruising, fatigue or weakness, and last is slow wound healing.
This is the continuation of reporting of Mariel, which is the term of the vitamins. The hypervitaminosis. This is sometimes referred to as vitamin toxicity, a result of excessive accumulation of a vitamin in the body. Hypervitaminosis is a condition caused by taking excessive amounts of vitamins, especially the fat-soluble vitamins, the vitamin A, D, and K. Kanang ang mga kini nga mga vitamins is kung mosulod ni siya sa atong lawas, if daghan rapod ang atong mainom ani, maka kuan po siya kana maka make siya og mura siya hilo sa ato ang lawas ba. Too much vitamin intake can become toxic and harm the body. Mo to kung ingon kaganiha nga mura siya og maka kuan siya hilo sa ato ang lawas. Example ani is excess vitamin A may damage the liver. So vitamin A pag sobraan po kag inom ana, daot puro imong atay. Next kay koan, vitamin malnutrition. The prefix mal meaning bad denotes that too much or too little vitamin is not good for the health. So koan kanang vitamin malnutrition is refers to an imbalance of vitamins where a person gets too little or too much of certain vitamins. Pag ang isa ka tao kay kanang sobra or kanang kulang og vitamins is kanang mga malnutrition mo na karon ng mga kanang mga bata. Example na is kanang mga bata karon kay kuan mga under sa malnutrition. Both deficiency and excess can affect normal body functions and overall health. Next is vitamin-like compounds. Some substances have physiological salts like vitamins, but they are present in larger amounts and are partially synthesized in the body. Include inositol, choline, lipoic acid, and ubiquinone. Vitamin-like compounds are substances that perform functions similar to vitamins, but they are not classified as true vitamins because the body can produce some of them. Examples: choline, inositol, lipoic acid, and ubiquinone. Later on, i-discuss ra ni siya sa among other members ang kining choline, inositol, and lipoic acid. But ang ubiquinone kay ako ang itakap na siya. Ang ubiquinone is a vitamin-like compound that helps the body produce energy and protect cells from damage by acting antioxidant. Next is the last terms of vitamins. The antivitamins or vitamin antagonists. These are substances that interfere with the normal functioning of a vitamin. They need to be similar in a chemical composition as the vitamin they antagonize. Example siya is avidin in raw egg whites interferes with biotin, vitamin B7. Antivitamins are substances that block or interfere with the normal actions of the vitamins in the body. So kanamura siya ang mo block bitaw mo kanang mo babag or interfere sa ato ang lawas and maka reduce siya sa absorption or effectiveness of certain vitamins. That's all, and the next reporter will be discussing their topic.
Good day everyone, I am Clay Faith Ongkoy. Today I'm going to report the water-soluble vitamins, specifically sa vitamin C. Water-soluble vitamins are vitamin C or ascorbic acid and B complex. Vitamin C is called the fresh food vitamin. Why? Because we can find it in growing parts of plants. And ang B complex kay those are thiamine, riboflavin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, niacin, folic acid, pantothenic acid, choline, inositol, and biotin nga i-report lang later sa ang other members. They are found together in nature and generally have related functions, although they are chemically unrelated. So vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Chemical and physical nature. Water-soluble acid, easily oxidized and unstable. Water-soluble means dali lang siya ma-dissolve sa water, and ang easily oxidized kay dali lang siya ma-break down, and ang stable kay dili siya nag-last long. Next, other animals can synthesize vitamin C from glucose, but human lack the necessary enzyme. Why? Because animals can make their own vitamin C from glucose because they have a special tool called an enzyme, while humans do not have this enzyme, so we cannot make it our own vitamin C and must eat it from food. Next, absorption and storage. Easily absorbed by the small intestine, so dali lang siya taken into your bloodstream after nimo kaunod. Not stored in tissue depots, distributed to tissue saturation levels in general circulation. Remainder being excreted, large amount present in adrenal tissues. Not stored in tissue depots means your body does not keep extra vitamin C for later use. Ang tissue saturation levels naman, your body uses just enough so all cells have what they need. Remainder excreted, any extra you eat leaves your body through urine. Next, physiologic functions. So, unsa may mabuhat sa vitamin C sa ato ang body? First is, vitamin C is needed in the formation and maintenance of intercellular cementing substance or binder. Siya ang nag-act as natural glue to hold our cells in the right place, and ginapakip pod niya ang fluid nga naga-feed and clean sa cells and to work well. Next is, it converts folic acid to folinic acid. Next, it aids in the healing of wounds and bone fractures. So, ang vitamin C, nag-help siya to fix cuts, scrapes, and broken bones faster. Next is, it prevents megaloblastic anemia and pinpoint hemorrhages, also called as petechiae hemorrhages. So, ang kanang megaloblastic anemia, a blood problem where red blood cells grow too big and do not work right. So, si vitamin C, gina-stops na niya from happening. Next is vitamin C helps build body resistance against infections. Strengthens your immune system to fight off sickness and germs. Next is, it helps produce steroid hormones, particularly adrenocortical hormones, under severe stress, as well as aids in insulin synthesis. So, naga-make pod ang kanang vitamin C of insulin for the hormone that controls your blood sugar. Next is, ang vitamin C is necessary for tyrosine and imuhatong ilalanin metabolism. Mostly ang vitamin C manggod kay naa naa siya sa water. So if i-throw nimo siya, most of the vitamin C kay naa didto. So like masayang lang siya. Bruising, cutting, air exposure, damaging the food or leaving it open to air makes vitamin C breakdown fast. Just like what I've said kanina nga pag ma-exposed ang vitamin C sa air or sa light kay dali lang siya mag-breakdown. Next is pag ma-cook siya quickly in small water covered, best way to save it, dapat less contact lang siya sa heat and water. Next, quick freezing or refrigeration. Pag i-ref nato siya, kay ang cold makakip sa vitamin C from breaking down. So much better nga dapat i-store nato siya sa refrigerator. Next is kanang sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. People sometimes add this to keep vegetables bright green, but it destroys vitamin C very fast. So dapat dili nato siya buhaton kanang magbutang og baking soda sa vegetables. Next kay ripeness, growing or storage or cooking conditions. How much vitamin C is in food depends on how it was grown, how ripe it was when picked, how you store it, and how you cook it. Ito lang siya nagadepend. So, that's for stability. Next is deficiency. First is irritability. Dali lang ka mairita if kulang ka sa pag-intake of vitamin C. General weakness. Dali lang mag-weak imuhang body. Next kay lack of appetite. Next is lowered resistance to infection. So dali lang ta mahawa og mga infection. Next is pallor. And next is scurvy. Bleeding, swollen gums, loose teeth, swollen and tender joints, internal hemorrhages underneath the skin, capillary fragility, and megaloblastic anemia. So, next, toxicity. There is no toxicity or hypervitaminosis C since the vitamin cannot be stored in the body. Next is requirement or allowance. In general, males need more vitamin C than females do because mas dako baya og sizes ang lalaki and mas higher ang ilahang muscle mass. So naga-increase ang ilahang energy metabolism. So mas need nila og vitamin C. Vitamin C needs are also nag-increase siya pag kanang sa growth period and how old you are. Pag mas older ka og mas older ka, mas dapat nga high ang imong ma-intake nga vitamin C. Next pod kay kanang physiological stresses like pregnancy and lactation and other stress factors such as surgery, illness, infection, shock, and injuries kay mas nag-need og higher vitamin C intakes. That's all for my report.
Good day everyone, my name is Janelle Torres. So today I'm going to discuss about the B complex vitamins. Group 1, classic disease factors. So first is the thiamine. So thiamine is vitamin B1. Its function is to help turn carbohydrates into energy. And example, ana if magkaunta og rice and bread. And also thiamine keeps appetite, muscles, and nerves healthy. And its stability, thiamine is easily lost during cooking, especially if food is cooked for a long time or the cooking water is thrown away. Freezing does not affect it much. So, for example, ana, if boil tag vegetables for kanang dugay and ato anang ilabay ang water, ang vitamin B1 ana is mawala. And its deficiency or lack of vitamin B1 is loss of appetite, weakness, easy fatigue or gets tired easily, indigestion, severe constipation and gastric atony, poor reflexes and irritability, retarded growth, numbness of extremities, and beriberi means disease caused by lack of vitamin B1. There are 3 types of beriberi. So first is infantile beriberi. So ang naano lang ni siya sa mga babies if ang mother is kulang sa vitamin B1. Sign ani niya is weak cry or no voice, bluish skin, and trouble breathing. Second is the wet beriberi. So it mainly affects the heart. Signs are swollen legs or edema, irregular heartbeat, or difficulty of breathing. And the third one is a dry beriberi. So it mainly affects the nerves and the muscles. Signs are tingling, numb hands or feet, muscle weakness, and paralysis. Sa toxicity naman, if too much daw ang vitamin B1, dili siya usually nag-cause of harmful effects. Requirement needs more needs more vitamin B1. Some people need more vitamin B1 because their body uses more energy. People who need more are pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, people with fever, people with infections, people who drink alcohol, and people with hyperthyroidism. Food sources sa thiamine or vitamin B1 kay sa animal sources kay pork liver, egg yolk, and shellfish. So again, thiamine is vitamin B1. It helps turn carbohydrates into energy. It also keeps our appetite, muscles, and nerves healthy. Too little vitamin B1 can cause weakness, tiredness, numb hands, and feet, and a disease called beriberi. So the second vitamin is the riboflavin, also known as vitamin B2. So, ang riboflavin daw it helps turn food into energy. And also, it helps the body use carbohydrates, fats, and proteins for energy. Ang example ana, if mag-untag rice, meat, or eggs. So, ang riboflavin po daw, nag-help na siya sa body change tryptophan into niacin or vitamin B3. And also, it keeps the skin, mouth, tongue, eyes, and body healthy. So, ang riboflavin po daw, nag-help na siya to keep the skin, mouth, tongue, eyes, and body healthy. Stability naman, ang riboflavin is strong against heat. So, cooking does not destroy much of it, but it is easily destroyed by alkali, such as baking soda. So, cooking vegetable is okay, but adding baking soda can destroy vitamin B2. So, deficiency naman is ang arabuloflavinosis kay muna siya ang disease na if ang tao is kulang o vitamin B2. So, signs and symptoms ana niya kay skin changes, dry, scaly skin, and eye problems. Ang eyes nato is sensitive na siya sa light and mahanap na siya. And swollen red tongue or glossitis, cracked lips and mouth corners or calluses. Muna siya ang lips and corners of the mouth crack. So, if ang person daw is kulang og kana ang vitamin B2 kay magkaroon siya og cracked lips and red tongue and sore eyes. Sa toxicity daw, if too much vitamin B2 kay kana ang nagikan sa food or tablets, safe daw ni siya. Kay ang body removes extra vitamin B2 through urine. Sa food sources. First is ang animal sources, mana siya ang milk, cheese, eggs, and liver. And plant sources, mana siya ang whole grains, beans, green vegetables, and seaweeds. Ang riboflavin is vitamin B2. If we do not get enough, and it can cause na ginatawag nato siya og riboflavinosis. Signs niya kay dry skin, sore eyes, swollen red tongue, and cracked lips. Ang vitamin B2 toxicity is rare lang. So, ang good sources niya kay ang milk, cheese, eggs, liver, whole grains, beans, and green vegetables, and seaweeds. Ang ikatulo kay niacin or nicotinic acid or vitamin B3. So, ang niacin daw, it helps our body turn food into energy. Example ana kay ang rice. And it also helps the body use fats and proteins. So, example ana is ang fish or eggs. Sa stability naman, ang niacin is strong and it is not easily destroyed by heat, light, air, or acids or alkalis. So, if mag-cook tag vegetables, ang most of niacin is still there. But if you throw away the cooking water, a small amount is lost. Sa deficiency sa vitamin B3, kay ang first is ang anorexia, kay loss of appetite na siya. Ang indigestion, kay stomach discomfort after eating. Katuloy is ang skin changes, the skin becomes dry, dark, or rough. Ang ikaupat, itawag to siya ang pellagra or mo na siya ang main disease if ang tao is kulang sa vitamin B3. Na siya for this ang niacin, ang pellagra. Mo na siya ang dermatitis or skin rash, diarrhea, dementia, and kaupat ang death if not treated. Toxicity or too much of niacin kay makakause na siya problems. Ang una is ang hypermotility, mo na siya ang food moves too fast in the stomach. Ikaduha is ang acidity of the stomach or too much stomach acid or heartburn. Katulo is ang paralysis in the respiratory center. Very high amounts can affect breathing. Ang food sources niya kay sa animal sources mo na siya liver, lean meat, fish, chicken, milk, cheese, and eggs. Sa plant sources, beans, nuts, whole grains, fortified cereals, and green vegetables. So to sum up, ang niacin daw is vitamin B3 and it helps turn food into energy. If we don't get enough, it can cause pellagra, which has the 4Ds. Mo na siya ang dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia, and death. Good sources are meat, fish, eggs, milk, beans, nuts, whole grains, and green vegetables. So that is for my part.
Good day, Miss. Today we're gonna talking about more recently discovered coenzyme factors. First is the pyridoxine. Pyridoxine is the metabolizing protein, carbohydrates, and fats, creating neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, forming hemoglobin for red blood cells and supporting immune nervous system health. So, what is pyridoxine? Ang pyridoxine is mao ni siya ang other word sa vitamin B6. Isa kini siya ka sustansya nga naga-help sa ato ang lawas aron maproseso ang pagkaon, makamake og blood o maprotektahan ang kaugatan dili kini mahimo sa lawas busa kinahanglan kuhaon gikan sa pagkaon or suplemento. unsa first, what is the function of the pyridoxine? So unsa iyang ginahimo? So first is naghimo siya og dugo or hemoglobin. Gikinahanglan kini aron makahimo og red blood cells nga nagdala og oxygen sa atong tibuok lawas. Then siya pod ang nagaprotect sa ato ang mga kaugatan. Nagatabang kini nga malikayan ang pagpanhid or unsa na siya, unsa kinatawag na neuropathy sa ato ang kamot o sa tail or numb. Then next is naghatag siya og energy. Ginahatag niini ang mga protein, carbohydrates o tambok sa atong gikaon aron ka-make siya og energy. Ang pyridoxine pod is nagaayo siya sa mood. Kinahanglan kini aron makahimo ang atong utok og chemical sama sa serotonin o dopamine nga nagabati kanato og kalipay. So need nato mo inom ani or mo take ani aron dili pod ta permisad. So next, unsa ang kanang mga timailhan kung kulang ta ani? First is pagpanhid og kanang mga pagpangilngig, kanang numb sa kamot. Next is paspas nga pagluya o pagpati og kakapoy. Next, panit nga dali mangatol or kanang allergy ba o nya dali ra pod nga mamanit kanang like sa lips. Pag kulang kanis ang imong lips is dry bitaw, then dali ra pod ka ani kanang sad or ma-depress. Then unsa nga mga pagkaon ang daghan og vitamin B6? Nadare, makuha nimo ang vitamin B6 pinaagi sa pagkaon sa mga isda, manok, saging, patatas o mga liso. So mo ni siya ang mga food nga daghan og siya vitamin B6. Last is unsaon nato siya paggamit in proper isip tambal. So sa mga butika ginareseta usab kini sa mga doktor aron matabangan ang mga mabtus nga kanang nagasuka bitaw, kanang mga nagpuntis. Next is maayo ang mga talagsaon nga sakit sa dugo o kakulang sa bitamina. So nag-help ni siya nga kanang masakit ang imong kanang nakaisakit sa dugo, for example leukemia. Nag-help ang vitamin B6 to prevent you from leukemia. Then that's all. Thank you.
Now let's move to the pantothenic acid. What is pantothenic acid? It is also known as vitamin B5. It's a water-soluble vitamin that is essential for the body. It helps convert carbohydrates, fats, and proteins into energy and supports many important body functions. Now let's move to the function. Pantothenic acid has three main functions: the energy metabolism, growth and nervous system, and last is the coenzyme A formation. When we say energy metabolism, it helps the body break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats to produce energy. The growth and nervous system naman, it supports normal growth, maintains healthy skin, and helps keep the nervous system functioning properly. And lastly, the coenzyme A formation, The pantothenic acid is part of coenzyme A, which is needed for many metabolic reactions inside the body cells. Now, let's move to the stability, the water-soluble and the stable in moist heat. The pantothenic acid is water-soluble, and it is stable in moist heat, but some amount may be lost during food processing. Now, let's move to the deficiency. There are insomnia, muscle cramps, tingling sensation of extremities. So, insomnia, difficulty sleeping, and there also a vomiting. The next one is the toxicity. No toxic effects are known. Since it is a water soluble, excess amounts are usually removed from the body through urine. Next is the requirement or allowance. Adults needs about 5 milligram per day. So it is a balanced diet usually provides enough pantothenic acid for the body's need. Then the last is the sources. The pantothenic acid is found in many foods, including liver or the other organ meats, the milk, the cheese, the legumes, or the beans and peas.
Good day everyone, my name is Princess Jermasica Antoling. So I am the reporter for the cell growth and blood forming factors. Folic acid. So what is folic acid? So folic acid is also known as the vitamin B9. So this vitamin is actually crucial para mag-help siya na imong body mo grow, and then it will make new cells, and also it will produce a healthy blood cells. And also it is especially important pala for the children, pregnant woman, and also to the people who are growing, and that is folic acid. So now let's proceed to the functions of the folic acid. So I am just going to summarize it. So actually the folic acid has many important functions in our body. So first, it actually helps make DNA and RNA, which are needed para mo-create siya of new cells. And then it helps the body to produce red blood cells and white blood cells. And then it supports the growth and development of your body cells, and also it helps in the metabolism of certain amino acids. So for the simple explanation is that the folic acid is important because it helps our body to make new cells and produce healthy blood cells. So now let's proceed to the stability of the folic acid. So it is unstable to heat in acid media and stable to sunlight when in solution. There is a considerable loss of folic acid in vegetables during storage at room temperature. Loss occurs in processing food at high temperature. In dried milk, for example, folic acid activity is destroyed. So folic acid is sensitive to heat. So it can be destroyed during cooking or food processing. So it can also decrease, mubaba siya when vegetables are stored for a long time. So to get more folic acid, so dapat nato mag-eat og mga fresh vegetables, and you need to avoid overcooking them. Kasi sometimes pag magkaon tag vegetables kay ginaluto pa nato, di ba? So mag-avoid lang tag overcook ang mag-avoid lang ta nga i-overcook nato ang vegetables para mo-maintain pa tong folic acid. Now, let's proceed to the deficiency. So, kapag lack ka og folic acid, mo ni siya ang mga causes, which is the poor growth, the megaloblastic anemia, the glossitis or the inflamed tongue, the digestive problems, the poor nutrient absorption, the increased body needs, and the metabolic disorders. So, without enough folic acid, your body cannot make healthy blood cells, so which may lead to anemia and other health problems. The sources of the folic acid. So, here are the foods that is rich in folic acid. So, it includes the liver, the kidney beans, the lima beans, the spinach, the broccoli, the asparagus, the lean beef, the potatoes, and whole wheat bread. So have you ever wondered nga nung puro ni siya green leafy vegetables? Because eating green leafy vegetables and beans is actually one of the best way para makaget patag enough folic acid. So you can see the table, that is the recommended folic intakes for specific population groups. So the population group, we have the infants, the children, the males, the females, the pregnant woman, and the lactating woman. So makita nimo siya dira ang reference weight niya, the kilogram, and also the RNI, mg, and the day. So para sa adult, is actually 400 mg day, and for the pregnant woman is 600 mg day, and for the breastfeeding women naman is 500 mg day. So we are done for the folic acid. Now let's proceed to the cobalamin, or what we call the vitamin B12. So this vitamin is actually important for your healthy nerves, your blood cells, and normal body growth. So here are the functions of the vitamin B12. So I am just going to summarize it. So the vitamin B12, it will help the body by supporting the normal growth of body cells, and then helping make DNA, and it will forming the protective covering of the nerves called myelin. So what is myelin? So this is a protective, the fatty protein coating that wraps around the axons of the nerve cells, and then it will helping the body using the carbohydrates, proteins, and the fats for energy, and working together with folic acid to produce healthy blood cells. So for the simple explanation for this is that the vitamin B12 or the cobalamin, tama ba? Cobalamin is that it will helps to keep our nerves healthy and helps our body to make healthy blood cells. Naman sa table, makita niyo diha ang mga recommended vitamin B12 intakes for specific population groups. So in the infants, in the children, the males, the females, the pregnant woman, and the lactating woman. So for the infants is mo na siya ang reference weight niya, ang RNI niya, and pag sa adult naman is actually 2.4 mg day. And for the pregnant woman is 2.6, and then for the breastfeeding woman is 2.8. Pag sa infants is 0.3, and for the children is 0.9. So the stability for the cobalamin is that approximately 70% of the vitamin activity is retained during cooking. So some vitamin B12 is actually lost during cooking, but most of it will stays in the food. So now let's proceed to the deficiency. So if you are lack for the vitamin B12, it will cause you the damage to the nerves, pernicious anemia. So pag makakita kang patient, pag naa siya, tawag ani ka ng pernicious anemia is that ang physical niya, kung makita ka patient pag naa siya yung ani, ang symptoms niya sa physical is actually pale skin, the chronic fatigue, the light-headedness, and also the shortness of breath. So that is the pernicious anemia. Pag you are lack of the vitamin B12, so that is the cause. So pag without enough of the vitamin B12, so a person, it may develop anemia and nerve problems kapag you don't have enough vitamin B12. For the toxicity naman is that no toxic effects are known. So there are no known toxic effects of the vitamin B12 because vitamin B12 is actually generally safe even when taken in higher amounts. So the sources of the vitamin B12 is that the animal protein contains significant amounts of B12 while plant sources have practically nothing. So the vitamin B12 is mainly found in animal foods while the folic acid is mainly found in the vegetables, diba? Fresh vegetables. While here naman sa vitamin B12 or the cobalamin is that it is mainly found in the animal foods such as the meat, the fish, the eggs, the meat, the fish, the eggs, the milk, and also the liver. Because plant foods contain little or no vitamin B12. So for the simple explanation of that is that people who do not eat animal products actually, it may have the higher risk for the vitamin B12 na mababa. So that is the higher risk kapag to those people who do not eat animal products. Mababa ang ilahang vitamin B12. So that's all for my report. Thank you for listening, guys. So now let's proceed to the next reporter. Thank you.
Let's go to lipoic acid. Sulfur-containing fatty acid. Lipoic acid is a sulfur-containing fatty acid. This means it contains sulfur, a mineral that helps the body perform different functions. Second is not a true vitamin. It is not a true vitamin, meaning dili gyud siya considered as vitamin because our body can make a small amount of it. So unlike other vitamins, we don't always need to get it from food. Then, lipoic acid also acts as coenzyme factors. Ang coenzyme factor kay helper sa enzymes. It helps enzymes convert the food we eat into energy so our body can function properly. So requirement for humans is not set. There is no recommended daily requirement for humans. So wala pa rin official amount nga kinahanglan nato every day because our body can produce some lipoic acid on its own. So concentrated sources are yeast and liver. The richest food sources are yeast and liver. We can also get small amounts from other foods, but yeast and liver contain the highest amount. So in short, lipoic acid can help our body produce energy and supports healthy cells even though it is not considered a true vitamin. Let's move to biotin. Biotin is also known as vitamin B7. It helps many important chemical reactions in our body. First, it acts as coenzyme in carbon dioxide, and it also helps in the production of purines, pyrimidines, and fatty acids. These are needed to make a new cells, DNA, and healthy fats. So, basically, biotin helps our body grow, repair tissues, and convert food into energy. B. Stability. Biotin is heat stable, meaning it is not easily destroyed by cooking. It is water soluble, so it can dissolve in water. However, it can be damaged by oxidation, strong acids, and alkali. So, although kaya niya ang init, pwede hapon siya madaot sa ibang chemicals. For deficiency, biotin deficiency is very rare in humans. Kasi maraming pagkain ng mga biotin at mayroon ding bacteria sa ating intestines na tumutulong gumawa nito. So for toxicity, there are no toxic effects reported in humans. Even if a person gets more biotin than needed, wala pang naobserbahang harmful effects. For requirements or allowances. The recommended intake of biotin is about 150 to 300 micrograms per day. Microgram is a very small unit, so konting amount lang ang kailangan ng katawan natin. So for food sources, good sources of biotin include liver and other organ meats, egg yolk, milk, whole grains, legumes like beans, nuts, and molasses. So, if we eat a balanced diet, madali lang natin makukuha ang kailangan nating biotin. So, to summarize, lipoic acid helps our body produce energy even though it is not a true vitamin. On the other hand, biotin or vitamin B7 is an important vitamin that helps in energy production, cell growth, and many body processes. Both nutrients support our overall health and help our body function properly.
Hello everyone, my name is Mia A. Magaan and today ako po yung magre-report about sa pseudovitamins. So, what is pseudovitamins all about? So, pseudovitamins is a vitamin-like substances na nakaka-help po sa maayos na pag-function po ng katawan. But hindi po sila tunay na vitamins. May mga benefits lamang po sila para sa brain, nerves, and overall health po. But they are not essential like vitamins A, B, C, D, E, and K po. So, let us now proceed to inositol. So, inositol, it helps with cell signaling, and nerve function. So, the related factors of inositol are functions, sources, deficiency, and benefits. So, first is a function. So, it supports brain, nerve, and cell function. The next one is sources. First is fruits, beans, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. The third one is deficiency, rare the body can make it. The last one is benefits. It helps with mood, insulin sensitivity, and nerve health. So, yung inositol po is a vitamin-like nutrient. Let us move na tumutulong po sa brain, nerves, and it supports brain body cells and liver health. Po siya ng so, the related factors of the memory and overall health. And makikita natin ito sa mga fruits, helps the brain work properly. Whole grains, the second one is supports memory also, and learning. Also, kaya kung gumawa po ng body ng inositol, kaya bihira lang po yung deficiency po nito. Helps body health, body cell, helps build healthy body cells. And the fifth one is supports nerve function. The sixth one is helps the body use and transport fats. The last one is important for baby's brain development during pregnancy. So, choline is a vitamin-like nutrient that help para po maging healthy ang brain, liver, and nerves. And also, it helps din sa memory and sa pagbuo po ng body cells. Also, mahalaga din po ito sa baby's brain development while buntis pa po yung mother. That's all. Thank you.